It has been nearly 7 months since I gave birth to my daughter Quinn, and so when you're introducing a new family member to your home, obviously your finances are going to change. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 8 ways that my budget has changed since having a baby. I am partnering with my good friend Marissa Lyda, and I'm so excited about this collab. Be sure to go over to her channel and check out her video. I will link to that in the description box below, and let's get into this. Hey guys, it's Justine with Debt Free Millennials, the channel to help you crush your debt and live payment free. If you are coming over from Marissa's channel, hello and welcome. My name is Justine. I am a 33-year-old with a 7-month-old daughter named Quinn. And oh my gosh, being a mom has just changed my world and changed my budget in so many ways. Marissa, I want to know, are you wearing your P necklace? Because I'm rocking my Q necklace. Can you see this? My Q necklace and my mama necklace. I feel like this is just a staple, a rite of passage when you become a mom for the first time, that you get your son or daughter's initials and then you get the mama necklace. Let's get into how my budget has changed. Number one, I wanted to put this one as number one because I think this is so important. And if you take away anything from this video, I want you to know that this is a reality that I didn't think would happen, but it did. And that is, I used my health savings account to cover medical expenses as it related to my postpartum anxiety and follow-up doctor's visits and appointments associated with that. Now, if you haven't checked out my video on postpartum anxiety, I will link to that up here. This is something that I did not think would happen to me, and 3 months after giving birth, I realized something's not right. I felt super off balance, and I am happy to go into those details with you in a different video, but I'm so thankful that I had a health savings account which is associated with my health insurance plan that I could use to cover the cost of my postpartum anxiety medication and also cover the costs of any follow-up doctor's appointments that I have. So that has been such a big blessing, but it has definitely changed what I'm using my health savings account and that money for. Number two, I invested, along with that, I invested more into therapy. Now, I have been seeing my therapist regularly for the past 2 years, 2.5 years, and that's $125 per session. I pay that out of pocket because that's not covered by my insurance, and it's not technically, I have to check on this, but it's not technically a qualified medical expense, which I think is kind of BS because I think mental health definitely should be qualified as a medical expense. But I've invested more into therapy to help me just navigate this season of motherhood, and I have to tell you, it has been so nice to be able to talk about those things openly with somebody who is not associated with my family, who can give me unbiased support, and it's really helped me throughout this season. Number three, I created a baby sinking fund. This was something that I built up while I was pregnant by contributing money into a separate savings account so that I could use it throughout the time of Quinn's life. Let's face it, there are things that we want to invest in, such as a trundle bed that we can use for guests now because we have a smaller home, but using that trundle bed to use as Quinn's big girl bed when she gets bigger. I also love using the sinking fund so that I can invest in things that I know we'll love for years to come, such as our Lovevery play kits that we really enjoy getting. In fact, I'm an affiliate for them. If you want to sign up for Lovevery play kits. These things are awesome. They are monthly play kits that get delivered to your home. They are Montessori based toys that help with your baby's development within that age range. So they give you age specific toys and little play guides that help you figure out how to interact with the baby and the toys. Because if you're anything like me and a first time mom or first time parent, you're like, how do I play with these babies? I don't know. So they give you the toys that are specific to whatever month that they're in, and helps them engage and learn and develop as strong, independent little children who become strong, independent adults. Number 4 is I increased my restaurant and takeout budget. Now, when you are bringing home baby for the very first time, it can be very overwhelming to get back into your normal pre-baby routine, which for me, I cooked a lot and I really enjoy cooking. So I was thinking, how can I do this with a baby? And I'm struggling with my postpartum anxiety, and the thought about cooking dinner is giving me more anxiety. So what Kyle and I ended up doing is saying, it's okay. Let's increase our restaurant and takeout budget by an extra $100. It's okay that we're gonna be ordering DoorDash a little bit more often over the next couple of months while we get our footing, finding our footing as parents. And so that's exactly what we ended up doing, and I don't feel guilty about that because we needed that grace. We needed that time period to kind of say, all right, dinner's gonna be on the back burner. We're going to let DoorDash take care of that so that we can focus on figuring out how to be awesome parents to this amazing little baby. Number 5, along with that, when I finally was like, okay, maybe DoorDash we don't need to rely on as much, I then pivoted into a HelloFresh subscription. HelloFresh, and there are a ton of meal delivery kits out there that you can use, but I started with HelloFresh because one of my mama friends had a coupon that I wanted to use, so I've been testing that out. And what's great is that I ended up with starting off with 4 meals, and now I've pared it down to 3 meals a week, and now I think I can even do it 2 meals a week. So that's 2 days out of the week that I don't have to think about making dinner because it's already been thought out for me and I have all of the ingredients ready to go. So it helps me not waste any food because I'm not buying bulk ingredients and then sitting around with, what do I do with this Turkish spice? I have just enough spice for this one particular meal, which is why I think HelloFresh has been kind of valuable to me over the last couple of weeks. So I'm still testing this out. I think this is going to really help me see, okay, I can still make my meals, but I also, the pressure's off if I feel like today was just a really busy day, or maybe, you know, Quinn and I were on the struggle bus and we're struggling right now. That's okay because dinner is taken care of and all I need to do is dump a little of this, dump a little of that, and it's ready to go in about 20 minutes. Okay, number 6, I started contributing $100 per month into Quinn's 529 college savings plan. A 529 college savings plan is a type of investment account in which you can invest the money onto the stock market, and then when you are ready to use those funds, you can actually use the funds tax-free to pay for qualifying education expenses. In fact, now you can actually use that money to pay through K through 12 expenses in addition to college. But I am saving this money for Quinn's college education, and it's so awesome. I actually have this set up with Vanguard, and you can take a look that my account has actually increased 13.8% is my rate of return. I ended up investing into this account with a starting balance of $3,000, and now I have over $5,000 saved for this little munchkin's college education. I'm so happy that we are able to do this for her. And I think, Marissa, you're also doing this, right? I think she is too. So this is just a great way to give back. And also, grandparents can contribute to the account by sending them a gift code link, which they can use and also contribute. So it's just a win-win. I love using this. This is something that I've added to my budget. Number 7, this is a big change, is I added a budget category for a nanny. So we have a nanny that has been helping us out 3 days a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, she's here all day with my daughter so that I can focus on creating content, working on my business, actually getting things done, maybe fitting in a workout, an uninterrupted workout has been incredible. And that's been costing us around $1,700 a month for this part-time childcare. Now we're gonna see how this goes. I may end up needing a nanny more like full-time, 4 days a week or 5 days a week. But so far, testing out these couple of months has been really great and a great introduction for me getting back into work. Now, along with that, that leads me to number 8 is I've put less money towards investing right now. And that's because I wanted to make sure that we had enough money to cover our immediate needs, which is childcare. Once I know that those needs have been met, then we can focus on slowly contributing more money into our own investments, such as maxing out our Roth IRA or putting more money towards outside investing experiments. I think we are just still kind of working on how we can balance and shift all of those things together, and that's okay. This is a temporary thing. This is a season of life where we are introducing baby expenses into the budget for the first time, and once we find that balance, we can go back to our normal cadence with investing. So those are 8 different ways that my budget has changed since having a baby almost 7 months ago. Oh my gosh, man, sometimes it feels like eternity since I gave birth, and then other times I'm like, I cannot believe she's 7 months. Wow, like it really does go by that fast. Don't forget to check out Marissa's video on how her budget has changed since having her son Peter. He's so cute. And subscribe to her channel. Give this one a big thumbs up if you are a proud mama, papa, or parent to be, or wanna be parents. Please tell me below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.